Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Friday. It is Friday, April the 10th. Right now the time is 3:31 p.m. where I am, so please take whatever messages that resonate with you and don't force it. If the message does not resonate for you for whatever reason, maybe it may resonate with someone else, okay? Maybe a different situation. Whatever the case is, do not force it, okay? Now, I will be doing some journey oracle messages mixed with a little bit of angel affirmations and, messages and things like that. So let's jump right into it and not waste any time. All right, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. Like I said, I'll do this video and then hopefully later I'll post the videos that I did earlier today. So this will be, well, I don't want to say this is the last video, but this will be the last video for now. I'll see how the energy is later on today. Like I always do, usually with my readings, confirmation with the two horns that just honked. If I feel called to pull cards again, I will do it later, but if not, then you guys won't get a video. All right, but yeah, let's see what you need to know when it comes to the energy. Spirit, universe, guides, whatever the collective is resonating with at this time, please give them answers and clarity about their journey at this time and what they need to know. Right now, angel number 333 is also significant. So when it comes to threes, you guys could be, looking for things that, when it comes to creativity, okay, communication, self-expression, that kind of stuff, right? Some of you guys could be self-expressing yourself a lot more as of recently, okay? So let's see. Okay, that's better because cards are flying out, but it wasn't making any sense. Like, let's see. We have cosmic flow, okay, which is the first card. You guys are basically going with the flow, with the divine, okay, naturally, just like how water flows and it does not, unless you're like a beaver and you have to build a dam, then that's different. But when it comes to flowing and flowing like water, or just being able to flow, with the energy that's around you right now, that is very significant. So there's something about, even if there are blockages, it's like water will still find a way to get through those cracks. And that could be you. It's like you still find a way to get through the cracks of things, right? So take what resonates with that. We have journey, okay? So there's something about you being on your journey that's significant. You guys could be receiving new things. Now, while you guys are stepping out into this new journey that you guys are on, you guys are receiving things either from the world or the universe, or there's something about just being able to receive finally, okay? If you were the giver in most of your situations, there's something about finally receiving what it is that you deserve or what you desire when it comes to the world being in your hands. Okay, so take what resonates with that. We have integrity. There's something about yin yang energy. So some of you guys could resonate with this when it comes to yin yang energy. You may have placements that represent yin yang energy, or there's something about, the symbol itself. Okay, this could be rings, earrings, jewelry, tattoos, for example. Anything that represents that for you is significant, okay? But there's something about your integrity when it comes to the energy of you rising to the occasion, right? Maybe when it comes to your generation as well, there's something as well too when it comes to integrity. You may feel like a lot of people lack that, and not to say like you're the only one or you're like the best of the best, right? Because we're not cocky or anything or egotistical, but you may realize that there's a pattern that, the maturity level that you may have or that you may seek in other people, it may be very hard to find. Not to say that it's not out there, but it is hard to find. Or maybe you connect with people and you think that you connect with them and then it gets weird after a while. So there's something about that where you hold yourself very accountable when it comes to your integrity, what you will accept, what you won't accept, etc. Okay, some of you guys could have went through an awakening, and also when it comes to being open to new opportunities, new things, right? This is about you guys receiving, okay, pulling the curtains, pulling the curtains back, right, to something more abundant, something more bright, more light, more playful, more, energy in that sense, right? Rainbows could be very significant too. Even when it comes to being open to people who are very whimsical, okay, very whimsy, very bright, very sunny, shiny, that kind of energy, you could be open to that as well. You could be more open to energies that are like that than energies that are very monotone. Like every day it's the same thing where it's like, how's your day, right? Mundane conversations or like surface level conversations that sometimes they feel so good and sometimes you feel like, why did I do that? So even when it comes to dealing with people, you could have like mundane conversations like, hey, how are you? But you're very happy, you know, you're open, you're happy go lucky, whatever the case is. And that person could be like, hey, life is just life. I get like, just, you know, just, and you're just like, damn, I know life is lifing, but why you gotta be like that? Like some of you guys could be like this, right? Where it's like you are more than enough. Like, you know, your energy's enough. You know, you're the light. You know, you're the sun. You know, you shine. You know, you illuminate. Okay. So you don't really need anybody in your energy. But damn, is it not nice and fun to have someone that is similar in your energy, who can laugh at the stupid things? Okay. Who can be serious about the certain things? You know, having that multi-dimensional or multifaceted type of personality, right? So take what resonates with that. That could be confirmation, but you guys are more than enough, okay? You are more than enough. Continue to follow the path that you're on. Keep going with the flow that you guys are on right now, because you guys are following your path in your journey, okay? And know that you are more than enough, because right now on the process that you're taking, or, you know, whatever process that you decided to take, this is allowing you to have your boundaries up at this time. Okay. And like I said, when it comes to being put in a box, you think outside the box. Okay. So again, when it comes to you having boundaries, you have your boundaries up at this time because of your integrity. And because of that, you guys are receiving, because let's be realistic with your integrity. A lot of times there were certain things that were being blocked from you because of the fact that you were just being too open, right? Nothing is wrong with being open, but also realizing that not everybody had the same intentions as you. So there's something about you closing the door when it comes to that. Now, people may feel like you're closing the door from you receiving, but you're still receiving regardless of you closing that door. You're having boundaries for your integrity, and you're not limiting your beliefs. You know, you could be dealing with people that you needed to have boundaries with or blocked because you realize that they were stuck in a box. Okay, some people just like to be stuck in a box, unfortunately, but you don't like to be like that. You like to be open. You like to be awakened. You like to see new things with life. Okay, you love change, right? You don't like to be stuck and stagnant and doing the same thing over and over again. Don't get me wrong. You know, when you work a 9 to 5, yeah, the job could be mundane, but why do the people have to make it worse than it needs to be? You know, so for some of you guys, when it comes to your energy, when it comes to limiting beliefs and you being able to, you know, think outside the box, there's also when it comes to growth. You are like that one flower that grows through the cracks, okay? There's something about you having a sacred space. You guys could be thinking about moving or thinking about taking yourself somewhere else when it comes to your space. Now, astral projection could be very significant. Also, when it comes to you climbing mountains and being determined at this time, whatever challenges are in your way, you know that you're connected to source, and there's a reason why you found the sacred space, whether this is in yourself or within the situation that you were in. Okay, you guys are creating, you guys are showing up as someone who has a lot of gratitude for what you guys are creating at this time. Okay, even when it comes to you being courageous at this time, sparking light in other people, even not just only yourself but others, receiving clarity, using your intuition when it comes to money. Now, putting your money where your mouth is very significant for somebody. It's like a lot of people may not want to believe what you create and what you say, but you put your money where your mouth is. There's something about your intuition and what you're creating, and having gratitude for what it is that you create and following your inner knowing and intuition that's allowing abundance to show up in your energy, okay? When you use your intuition and you connect your creativity and your courage mixed with gratitude, you will always have money flowing towards you no matter what, okay? Doesn't matter if it's 9 to 5, doesn't matter if you're creating your own thing, it does not matter. You are mentally, spiritually, physically wealthy, okay? Even if you don't have $1 million in the bank, you're still able to put food on your table and a roof over your head, and I think that's more than important than not having anything. I just heard a horn honk as well, right? I feel like that's important. If people are mad at you because you don't have the fastest car or the newest thing, or because you don't have the newest shoes or the newest this or the newest, it's like, who cares? You know, you do what makes you happy because you treat yourself. That's different. Treating yourself is different than you trying to keep up with the masses. literally, right? Like, not everything has to be bought, not everything has to be said, not everything has to be done. And for some of you guys, following your intuition is what got you in this position, right? Being able to move forward, the unknown, being able to go into the unknown with clarity and go through this transformation. Okay, butterflies are very significant at this time. Maybe you guys are going through a metamorphosis, okay? Being more playful. Mushrooms could be very significant, but being more playful. Like I said, rainbows could be very significant too for some of you guys, okay? So yeah, there's something about that energy. Let me see what else shows up. Inspiration. You guys are either inspiring yourself or inspiring, you know, other people when it comes to being abundant, right? Even if you're going through difficulties, you're still abundant, right? And also listening to your inner self when it comes to you guys dealing with those difficulties. You guys are following your bliss regardless. Like, even if people are seeing that you guys are going through difficulties or people try to bring difficulties into your energy, you'll still follow your inner knowing. Like, you'll follow your inner knowing and your ambitions, because you guys will always follow your inner bliss or your inner, you know, your basically your inner bliss, but not just inner bliss, your intuitive, introspective side, okay, is what I'm trying to say. There's something about you being able to speak not only to yourself, but others in a very deep emotional way that they just get it, okay? Because you're following your bliss, you're following your path. You guys are releasing what no longer serves you as well, and you guys are being connected when it comes to source, okay? So take what resonates with that. I'm going to get some affirmations quickly. Maybe get like 1 or 2 from each deck and see what it says. Ooh, I got 2 instead, so I'll take that. Yeah, I did mention something about being very intuitive, like intuitively introspective is what I said. Okay, so it says, I am intuitive. It says, I trust my inner wisdom. Like I said, you guys are following your path. Where's that card now? Because I know I just showed it to you guys when it comes to you guys following your bliss. Oh, am I blind? Hold on. Oh no, maybe it was here. Yeah. I'm like, I know I saw it. I'm not crazy, okay? But yeah, follow your bliss, okay? So there's something about you guys following your own path, and I did mention this in the message too. So it says, I trust my inner wisdom to guide me and keep me grounded. The more I listen to my inner voice, the clearer it becomes. So yeah, I also said that too when it comes to like the whispers. You guys are listening to your inner voice. You guys are listening to your inner knowing. So that's confirmation. Okay, this says, I am inspiring. It says, I inspire others with my energy and my way of being. I have an inner light that shines through everything I do. I surround myself with people who inspire me. So like I said, you guys are no longer being around people who don't, you know, respect you or your dreams, even if they don't understand what your dreams are. Confirmation with the horn. You know, you would rather be around people who just respect you and your dreams, no matter if they understand it or not. They just know that you're happy, right? So take what resonates with that. I'm not taking that because I didn't get to shuffle properly. Hold on. So let's see. Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective at this time? What else do they need to know? And these cards do stick together, so that's why I want to make sure if I pull the card, it makes sense and not just some random card. Because it has to match with the message too. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So self-love, right? Okay, so it says, today is a good day to take a few minutes to connect with your heart and try to forgive yourself for the negative things in your past. Remember to give yourself the same love you give to your loved ones, okay? So like I said, having self-love for yourself and respect, like I said, your integrity is very significant. And so because of that, you guys are able to move forward when it comes to your energy. Other people may not understand how you're able to move forward, but it's because that you guys have enough, you have enough self-love and self-respect for yourself, and you guys know that you're more than enough, and who is meant for you will stay, and who is not meant for you will not stay. And that is also significant too. You know, you're not going to force people to stay in your energy, especially if you're somebody that's very caring and giving, and you realize that you're not getting that in reciprocation. Why would you force that? You know what I mean? So that could be confirmation for some of you guys. It's like, I'm not going to force connections with people to try to understand me when I understand myself more than anybody else, right? So that could be something that you guys are learning when it comes to your path, and also when it comes to releasing, okay? Yeah, I am present and focused. My powers of manifestations are unlimited. This card says, message from Archangel Metatron, call upon me for grounding and assistance in manifesting your personal goals and confidence. Okay, so take what resonates with that. Okay, and I'll see if I can get another card here. Whew. Okay, here this card says, grace is available for each of us every day, our spiritual daily bread, but we've got to remember to ask for it with a grateful heart and try not to worry about whether or not there will be enough for tomorrow. There will be. So there's something about the future. Like, you know, when you're worrying about the future and what the future might hold, or, you know, if things will be okay, there's something about that, following your intuition, following your, you know, your guidance, and knowing that even if today is not certain, that tomorrow will, you know, come. And even if tomorrow comes and we don't know what tomorrow is about, you know, still being able to face that with courage and integrity, right? So anyway, I'm going to end it here, guys. Please take what resonates with you guys whenever you see this message or video. And again, like I said, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. All right. Hope you have a wonderful Friday. If it is the weekend for you guys, then I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend already. All right. But like I always say, don't force the messages if it doesn't resonate. And if you know somebody who could benefit from the reading itself, share it, you know, share it with somebody. Even if it's not me and it's someone else, like a different reader, share it, right? Sometimes it's nice to hear positive affirmations, or just, you know, information about your path. You know, you're not crazy, you're not alone. So yeah, take what resonates, guys. But again, have a wonderful weekend. All right. Thank you guys for supporting me and my channel and what it is that I'm trying to build and do for you guys. And again, showing gratitude and love to you guys as always. But follow me on YouTube and TikTok, and follow me on my website, www.mysteriouslyunique.ca. You guys can book a reading, or you guys can check out my blog. All right, guys. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. All right. Bye, guys.